my situation and how quick she went about it. I think she learned her lesson. But I hope she learned it.
So, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is out here being way too unfiltered again, and people are absolutely losing it after the latest episode of Life After Lockup. Once again, she's spilling way more than anyone asked for, and it's got viewers shook. In this episode, she gets super personal about her sex life with Ken.
If people would know how dorky I am, I'm not all put together and all prim and proper in my videos or anything. I have no filter.
Calling herself the freak in the relationship here, she really went there on national TV. Meanwhile, Anita ends up dropping over $200 at what Gypsy calls a lingerie boutique. But let's be honest, it's clearly just an adult toy store. Ken, on the other hand, looks like he's about to crawl out of his skin.
A lot of times I'm just I'm trying to be all proper on lives and whatever, because I know it's gonna get clipped and I get picked on and everything, but it's whatever. The longer I stay in this social media world, the less I'm starting to care if people make fun of me or not.
At one point, he actually tells Gypsy to shut up because she's sharing way too much, and honestly, it just gets weirder from there. The two of them go on a little baby moon to unwind, which sounds sweet at first, but it just so happens to be at the exact same bed and breakfast that Gypsy's dad and his wife Christy recently stayed at.
We were here, I was thinking, so Ken and I are going on a baby moon to this bed and breakfast in Rain, but I wanted to go to a lingerie boutique because
of all places, the vibes were definitely off, and that whole scene spoke volumes about their relationship dynamic. What makes all of this even more chaotic is that Gypsy and her bestie Bree watched the episode live on TikTok together, reacting to everything in real time while sitting in Ken's house.
That's not good. I need something cute for it. Things are slow down in that area, so pick it back up.
So fans got to watch Gypsy react to Gypsy, which is a lot. The internet is running wild with the episode, and social media is blowing up with clips, headlines, and reactions.
I just want a couple days where we don't have to be on our phones. We don't have to worry about work or planning for this or that. We could just have us time. I feel
One headline called her freak Gypsy Rose Blanchard and quoted her TMI confession about her sex life with Ken. Page 6 even picked it up and ran with it. One quote that keeps getting reposted is when she said,
"The weekend that we had together when we reconnected was so beautiful because it was so simple. It's that was before the storm of opinions crashing into us. So, I want that back. I want that peace back. I want us to reconnect as if we have no problems in the world."
When we reconnected, it was the hormones. The hormones made me move so fast. Do I regret it? I don't regret the choices I've made with him. What I regret is how I went about it. She also referred to everything that happened back in April with the whole Ken and Rhys situation.
That is solid.
Yeah,
that.
solid.
That is cute though.
That's what people do.
Is that white or?
That was weird.
That was new.
Hinting that she's learned her lesson, or at least hopes she has. She's also been super self-aware lately. In a recent TikTok, Gypsy admitted she's dark, unfiltered, and doesn't really have a filter when it comes to talking about personal stuff.
I like seeing Gypsy do things that is new for her, that seems so normal for somebody else. But just seeing her being a woman, something that she wasn't able to be.
The kinky section.
Right, that and really electrocuted.
She says she tries to be proper when she's live because she knows people are constantly clipping her videos to mock her, but that clearly didn't stop her from putting it all out there in this episode. So back to the baby moon, Gypsy said things have been hectic with baby appointments and preparing for the baby, so they just wanted to unplug.
Well, this is flavors.
Oh, my little angel wings. Alright,
did you end up getting wings?
White wings.
I I did get wings.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, I still have those.
Turn their phones off and focus on each other. Cute in theory. But again, staying at the same place her dad and stepmom stayed. Super weird choice. People online are even speculating whether they ended up in the same room. That would be a lot.
Girlfriend that he's had, so I'm the freak. So. My sexual experience and history is very slim. I had a trauma when I was young, and then I went my young adult years a virgin.
Then comes the part where she talks about how she and Ken were intimate 12 times over one weekend. Yep, she actually said that, and then joked, and you wonder how we got pregnant. So after that, Gypsy and Bree head to the adult store, lingerie boutique, where she's caught on camera asking the employee about blank rings.
And so it wasn't until I met Nick and we, had sexual encounters with each other, and then I went to prison and I had sexual encounters with women. And then I came out, and Ryan was my first, partner that we actually had full intercourse.
She laughs about it later on the TikTok live, saying Ken is definitely going to bring it up because he doesn't like her oversharing, especially when it comes to their private life. She admitted she didn't buy anything from that store at the time, but later went to another shop and picked something up anyway. And the total, over $260.
Ben is the 35-year-old married man that Gypsy was seeing and having an affair with on his wife.
I mean, for me, I was not expecting a lot because I had nothing to compare it to. I didn't realize how important sexual attraction.
She even said proudly that she's the most adventurous girlfriend Ken's ever had, and naturally, people took that as a little shady jab at Ken's ex. Fans picked up on it real quick. Gypsy also opened up about her past partners on the show, casually name-dropping Nick, Ryan, and Ken, and even mentioned being with women while in prison.
Relationship and how much that plays in for a role in a relationship until I didn't have it. I mean, it was nothing against Ryan, it was just how I felt.
But what really caught people's attention was that she conveniently left out Dan, the same guy she allegedly snuck off to see at 2 a.m. by asking a neighbor for a ride. Some TikTok creators claim she was cheating on Ken with Dan at that time, so that little omission didn't go unnoticed. She did say that with Ken, for the first time, she felt like she actually understood what passion was.
Situation and how quick she went about it, I think she learned her lesson. But I hope she learned it.
If people would know how dorky I am, I'm not all put together and all prim and proper in my videos or anything. I have no filter.
But again, she knows she's probably in trouble because Ken specifically asked her not to talk about their sex life publicly. And what does she do? Talks about it anyway. She even joked on the live that he's totally going to bring it up after watching this episode. Later in the episode, they're headed to what she originally called a bed and breakfast, but it turns out to be a remote cabin. She says she wanted to get away from all the negativity online, all the videos and the hateful comments. Ken tries to brush it off and act like he doesn't pay attention to that stuff, but Gypsy immediately calls him out and says, "Yes, you do."
A lot of times I'm just I'm trying to be all proper on lives and whatever, because I know it's gonna get clipped and I get picked on and everything, but it's whatever. The longer I stay in this social media world, the less I'm starting to care if people make fun of me or not.
And Ken claps back, saying she's the one who obsesses over all of that way more than he does. It honestly seems like both of them spend way too much time focusing on internet hate, even though they keep saying they're trying to ignore it. Ken even tries to be all zen at one point, saying they need to focus on what really matters in life, not social media noise. But the way they keep bringing it up makes it obvious that it still gets to them. And finally, the scene that has everybody talking, Gypsy and Ken arrive at the cabin, and she suddenly switches into this baby voice, saying the bed is too high and she needs help getting on it. Ken picks her up awkwardly and places her on the bed, then kisses her pregnant belly and says, "I'm going to walk Parker." The whole moment was kind of strange and left some viewers feeling like Gypsy was expecting something more affectionate or romantic, Instead, Ken just dipped to walk the dog. Ken walked out of the room without so much as a glance back, leaving Gypsy lying alone on the bed. He didn't check on her, didn't say anything, just walked away like it meant nothing. Eventually, she got up and followed him, but that silence, that total lack of acknowledgement, said more than words ever could. The scene had fans buzzing, with many reading into the body language like it was a breakup playing out without anyone actually saying the words. One viewer put it bluntly, they weren't fans of Ken or Ryan, but what really bothered them was how Gypsy seemed so willing to expose every corner of her personal life on camera. To them, it felt like she wasn't just crossing a line with others, she was betraying herself. They pointed out how Gypsy seems to have no filter when it comes to sharing deeply private moments. Meanwhile, anytime Ken or Ryan so much as mention her, they're immediately dragged by the public. Yet Gypsy's out there publicly critiquing the physical side of her relationship, saying the sex wasn't good and even claiming Ken started losing it just weeks in. There's also this pattern people have picked up on: Gypsy's tendency to wrap her relationships in fairy tale language. She often refers to her partners as princes or kings, and she's openly spoken about chasing that perfect, romantic fantasy. But the reality playing out on screen doesn't match that dream at all. Ken doesn't seem to be on the same page. In fact, he barely seems emotionally invested. The contrast between the story Gypsy wants to tell and what we're all witnessing is hard to ignore. Relationships, of course, aren't perfect. They come with rough patches and moments that test both people. Gypsy has acknowledged that things have cooled off between her and Ken, especially in the intimacy department, but viewers didn't hold back, with one comment cutting straight to the heart of the matter. "Gypsy, Ken's not into you. That spark's not coming back." In the midst of all this, Gypsy has shifted gears and started posting TikTok dance videos. Even though she's admitted dancing isn't really her thing, she's out there giving it a go. When someone left a snarky comment saying she couldn't dance, she didn't let it slide. Her clapback was sharp. She basically said, "You think I don't know that?" Then she went on to explain that if she'd had a normal childhood, if she'd gone to high school like everyone else, maybe she would have learned. But she didn't, so she told the commenter to back off in not so polite terms. It's clear Gypsy's still trying to figure herself out in the public eye, but the whole thing has left people feeling conflicted. Some admire her openness, others think it's just too much. Either way, the rawness of it all has definitely struck a nerve. And that's where we'll leave it for now. Gypsy's story is messy, complicated, and yeah, a little heartbreaking to watch unfold. Whether you're rooting for her or just watching in disbelief, one thing's clear. The cameras might stop rolling, but the drama definitely doesn't. If you've got thoughts, drop them in the comments. I want to hear everything. Do you think Ken checked out a long time ago? Is Gypsy oversharing, or is this just her way of healing? Don't forget to hit that like button if you made it this far, subscribe for more breakdowns like this, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.